women, which is primarily my audience, is they're frustrated in their work situation. They don't have a good manager that's supporting them, or maybe their manager's unaware of what they need to be supported. How can you use grit to sort of get your situation at work back on the right track?
Well, I think the key component is really tapping back into what I said earlier, that passion. So why are they doing what they're doing? What is their overall purpose? And starting with the why. I mean, one of the things that I do with clients sometimes is something called the 5 whys. And so you say, well, why am I going to work every day? And you come up with an answer. And then why is that? And come up with an answer until you really get to the foundational level.
Yeah.
And then once you really understand your purpose, your passion, what you're doing there, then you can look at the situation from stepping back a little bit and saying, okay, this is why I'm here. I'm losing sight of this because of my manager or because I'm not feeling supported. So how do I then shift how I'm behaving, how I'm communicating, how I'm interacting, how I'm doing anything, so that I can ensure that my challenge that I'm facing, whether is not overshadowing my purpose and my passion. Because that's what happens. We get so stuck in the situation that we fail to step back and say, okay, what's the bigger picture? What's the bigger purpose? What's the bigger why? And then from a consistency point of view, I mean, one of the things that I do and that I have my clients do is literally like reminders. You could set reminders in your phone. Like, what is my passion? What is my purpose? What do I need to keep me in balance? And I think that's what we get stuck on, is we try to just continue to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Changing the lens. I think changing the lens, whether it's your relationship, your boss, the company you work for, often gives you momentum, a newfound sense of energy. I tell women a lot of times, find a project that excites you, even if you don't get paid for it, in the community, to give you that new sense of energy, to make some of the things you're moving through that aren't as palatable, more interesting, or even overshadows that. And so I talk a lot about pulling in energies from other places or other teams so that you can push through to the other side. And I think what we talked about earlier is being really clear with your boss on the communications of what is it that you're enjoying, could you use help, what things do you want to do next, so that there is a light at the end of the tunnel if you feel like you are like you're just overwhelmed with where you are and not enjoying it. Great. And I think that grit for us is so important. So I really appreciate you joining and sharing. Are there any last thoughts that you wanted to share with our audience?
My specialty is conflict resolution.
Yes.
Thinking about how can we be creative, not just with the other, and curious, not with just with the other person, but with ourselves.
Sure. I love it. I really, really appreciate your perspective. Many people contact me on coaches to use. Conflict resolution is such a big part, and often is the tipping point for a lot of people to find real help. And so I think your conflict resolution approach is needed by a lot of professionals, and I really love some of the things you shared in this short time. So we'll definitely highlight your website, and we really appreciate you sharing your perspective and strategies to move through difficult situations at work. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.